Hello everyone to another YouTube video here on my channel. Today we have a really awesome deck. It's an historic Esper Tax deck. It's almost Esper Humans. Shout out to Kyels who built this deck and posted on Twitter. I had to test it. I really like this one. It feels super strong, super fun to play. I had a lot of fun. Some really crazy things happened with the server. One game I didn't win anything, and one game I just got shut out of the game. But I won both of them actually, so you have to watch it. It's super hilarious, and yeah, enjoy the deck, enjoy the content, and yeah, let's go to the deck tech. Okay, so this is a deck we are playing. It's, as we mentioned before, it's an Esper Tax deck. This deck tries to disrupt opponent as much as we can. All of our creatures, they have something to it that helps towards that goal. And yeah, I mean, there are some new Strixhaven cards, and let's go over them first. But the main goal, as I mentioned, we have many creatures. We basically play only creatures in the deck, and all of our creatures that do something when they hit the board, and that is the main goal. So let's talk about it. First of all, the new cards from Strixhaven. Silverquill Silencer, 2 mana, 3/2. A Silverquill Silencer enters the battlefield, choose a non-land card name. So we can choose any name, and then whenever an opponent casts the spell of the chosen name, they lose 3 life and you draw a card. This is really nice. It's not as good as like a Meddling Mage, but it's still nice to have, especially if you have information on opponent's hand. And with this deck, we definitely get information on opponent's hand. So it's definitely a nice tool here. Another card from the new set is Paolo, aka Elite Spellbinder. 3 mana, 3/1. Human Collect, Flying, and when Elite Spellbinder enters the battlefield, look at target opponent's hand. So here we have a look at the hand. And you may exile an online card from it. For as long as that card remains exiled, its owner may play it. A spell cast this way costs 2 more though. So you can exile like a board wipe, and it costs 2 more, like a Extinction for 4, then it costs 6. So this is one way we already start annoying opponents. So let's go and talk about Drannith Magistrate shortly, which is 2 mana and 1/3. Your opponent can't cast spell from anywhere other than the hand. So this actually locks the card out completely. With Spellbinder in the original deck, there were 4 of it. I went down to 2 because that's the only interaction that's nice. And this one does similar things than other cards in our deck. I put 2 of them in the sideboard because I was not 100% sure, but more of it in the outro. So this is a really nice interaction. Then we have other cards that make opponent make their spell more expensive. We have Thalia, Gardener of Thraben, 2 mana, 2/1, first strike. It is legendary, but non-creature spell costs 1 more to cast. So now maybe we don't even have a non-creature spell, so this is really strong. Makes everything more expensive, and this is really nice for all the people who play their 1 mana spells. They cost 2 now. Really cool. And we also play Reidane, God of Worthy, 3 mana, 2/3, Flying Vigilance, and Snowlands your opponent controlling the battlefield tap. That's not that important in Historic. But non-creature spell your opponent casts with mana value 4 or greater costs 2 more to cast. Here, another way to make sure that spell costs more, and this stacked up is +3, and with Spellbinder this actually is +5 for 1 spell, which is ridiculous, right? So those are the ways to make sure that spell are more expensive. We have other ways to disrupt some spells. We have 4 Meddling Mages, which is 2 mana, 2/2. As like Meddling Mage enters the battlefield, choose an online card name. Spell with the chosen name can't be cast. So this is good against combo decks or against certain cards you don't want to see. Zenith Flare is one of them, just comes up to my mind because we played against that deck. Against bot vibes, you can also use it, and it's really nice because we get information of opponent's hand with, as I just mentioned, with like Spellbinder, for example. But we also play Kitesail Freebooter as a 2/2, 2 mana, 1/2, Flying. When Kitesail Freebooter enters the battlefield, target opponent reveals their hand. You choose a non-creature, non-land card from it, exile that card until Kitesail Freebooter leaves the battlefield. So here again, a way to look at the hand, and those cards really go hand in hand. Then we have another card that makes playing cards more hard, which is Archon of Emeria. It's a 3 mana, 2/3. Flying, each player can cast more than 1 spell each turn, which is no problem for us. Usually we just play 1 creature. And no basic land your opponent's control enters the battlefield tap. This is actually better than you think, especially in Historic. But also the first part is already really nice, so they can play 1 spell. It just disrupts it way more. We have also cards in the deck that make sure if something already hit the board, we can deal with it. And that's like with Skyclave Apparition. 3 mana to 2. When Skyclave Aberration ends the battlefield, exile up to 1 target non-land, don't token permanent, don't control with mana value 4 or less. So we just exile a card. But if Skyclave Aberration dies, they get an XX illusion, and that's power and toughness to the CMC of the card we exiled. Still really nice to exile cards. You can exile Ovens, you can exile other cards, so it's still really nice. And Deputy of Detention also fills this slot where we want to deal with cards on the board. 3 mana, 1/3. When Deputy of Detention enters the battlefield, exile target non-land permanent an opponent controls and all other non-land permanents that the player controls with the same name as the permanent until Deputy of Detention leaves the battlefield. So here also exile effect is not permanently exiled, it's on the Deputy, but you can still exile tokens and you can exile multiple things, which is still nice, so a cool card. Then we also have a card to find our two power creatures, which is Militia Bugler, 3 mana to 3, Vigilance. When a Militia Bugler enters the battlefield, look at the top 4 cards of your library. You may reveal a creature card with power 2 or less from among them and put it into your hand. Put the rest in the bottom of your library in a random order. So this is nice, we can find like lots of our cards. And yeah, we can also, there's also cards we cannot find, and this is like General Kudro of Drannith, 3 mana, 3/3. Legendary Human Soldier. This one gives all our human +1/+1. We are really human heavy, so it gives us a bit of a stronger board, a bit more pressure on our side. But also really nice, whenever General Kudro or Drannith or another human enters the battlefield under your control, exile target card from an opponent's graveyard. So this is definitely really nice. And on top of that, we can sacrifice 2 humans for 2 and destroy a creature with power 4 or greater. Then we also play Kunoros, Hound of Athreos, 3 mana, 3/3, Vigilance, Menace, Lifelink. The good part about this, creature cards in graveyards can't enter the battlefield, so this stops like Cat, and players can't cast spell from graveyards. Flashback cards, there's a lot of flashback now going on. So definitely nice to have that card definitely got more value. And to round it up, we also play 2 Selfless Savior here, just to protect our 2 drops we want to play. That's the main reason, because we can sacrifice this dog and give another creature indestructible. For the lands, we can play 4 Ancient Cigarettes, add 1 mana of any color, spend this mana only to cast creature spells. Definitely nice to have it as the main. And yeah, I play 1 Plains, 1 land more than the original deck, which was 20, I went for 21. Also 1 basic is nice if there's some Field of Ruins on all the cards. Yeah, this is the main deck. The goal, as we said, look, all the creatures, they are just really disrupting the opponent. And that is our main goal of this deck, and it's quite fun. For the sideboard, we played 3 Gravedigger's Cage. Still nice to have more tools to make sure they cannot play cards from graveyards and from decks. It's also nice against the Muxus, against like Boros Citadel. It's also really nice, but yeah, that's it. 2 more Drannith Magistrate here. As I mentioned, this also is a disruptive card. I play 3 Hostage Taker in the sideboard, 4 mana to 3. When Hostage Taker enters the battlefield, exile another target creature or artifact until Hostage Taker leaves the battlefield. And we can cast this one as long as it is in our exile and we have Hostile Taker into play. Nice against creature decks if we want to make sure there's even less on the board, because we can just take out a big one and play it ourselves. So I want to have 3 of them against creature decks. I do like the card, cool artwork as well. 2 mana type, white mana counter, really impressive, and you will see we actually use that one. Mana type 1 white, counter target spell unless its controller plays 1 white. That's it. We play 4 Thoughtseize. There's a lot of combo decks. We're gonna have some hand disruption if you really need it. Thoughtseize obviously, and mana type not that great with Thalia and Cigarette, but still worth having in the sideboard. And 1 Rule of Law, which is basically the same as Organ of Emeria. Each player can cast more than 1 spell each turn. Sorry. This is it. This is a deck. I had a lot of fun with this deck. I have to say, I completely like this deck. Again, a big shout out to Kael's, who played this deck. Super cool deck you built there. I mean, I like Texas. I tried to build it myself, but I really like this version. Yeah, if you like my content, as always, feel free to subscribe. Leave something in the comment, give this one a like, and yeah, join me on twitch.tv/DanyTLaw. And with no further ado, have fun with the games, guys. Okay, let's play some taxes here. Okay. Okay. Already no idea what's going on. Losing some cards here. I mean, our deck is the super tax deck. I would have loved kept Thalia here, but So what is this deck? I was just going saying Loot Tree. The hardest part is I have no idea. Okay, Esper colors. I mean, it probably just... Let's take that one away. We can still protect her with the Selfless Savior here. I was actually thinking of saying Heartless Hack, to be honest. But I mean, what should you do? We're missing a land here, which makes this a bit more awkward. So there's some sort of combo deck, right? Okay. I mean, all our creatures, they just tax opponents somehow. But yeah, I think double Kunoros is probably the worst draw, since we only play 2. They play some sort of combo. We don't know what it is yet. We definitely want to find a land here to play the Spellbinder. Keep annoying opponent. Sure. No lands for us here. If we could have played Spellbinder and get a ref off, they could never ref the entire game. That would have definitely been nice. So it is an Esper Control list with Loot Tree because it's free, I guess. But it's a one-off deck. It's basically a command. Okay, what the hell's going on? So Meddling Mage is quite awkward. Okay, let's have a sneak peek here. So they have an extinction event. They cannot play Loot Tree. I mean, they can play Ridley after Fatal Push, right? They can do this and then play Loot Tree, but they cannot play it on the stack, which is good. Also, Arcanist is quite good. This is really interesting. Not gonna lie. It has flash, huh? So we're gonna attack first. Costs 6 mana. So keeping Meddling Mage would be better, huh? So the problem is, I kind of want to get rid of this. But how do I deal with this card later on? Ugh. Well, it's too strong. It's just too strong. I need to get rid of this Kanta. At least I tap out. Archon is quite okay here. It limits them to only play one card. This deck is funny. So it's definitely a Taxes deck here. Okay, we knew this one will happen. Cannot double spell. Just keep this one in and we still stop Luching from entering. They can double block here. Go for another one. I mean, all the creatures I play, they actually do something. That's something good. So they can pay 5. I mean, how do you sideboard against this, right? It's just, you just have to know, okay, it's a control deck. That's basically what it is. It's quite funny to see. It's Commander and Historic. Okay, to go on 1. I mean, so far they cannot play Extinction Event anymore, so it's so awkward. Like, that's the main problem. I have no idea what they have. They need some sort of other removal spell here. Like a bot wipe. I had to play creature for single target removal spell. Okay. So, removal spell costs 2 more, huh? So they found that tutor. That's incredible. So I mean, I forced them to play Lutri here, right? Teferi. Teferi minus Silencer playing Lutri is a way to go. Okay. What's the greedy one? They can play it. I just draw. The one-offs they draw is definitely not. It's so hard to play against something like this. It's kind of quite funny. It's quite funny. Content. I mean, we probably don't play Kunoros post sideboard, but besides that, the deck's pretty solid. This one we definitely cut. I mean, this card is like against the one-off deck. This card is bad. It's good in this case though. So they can't make a token. So they're thinking of playing Lutri here, but they cannot make a token after. Okay, so they have no answer. What in the world? Just what is going on? Okay, so we're gonna play Thoughtseize here. And Mad Hive, I think. We don't need the Magistrate here. We don't need the Silencer. I mean, so the thing is I also need creatures though. Meddling Mage is how is this matchup even happening? How is this matchup even happening? Like, how can you play Meddling Mage against this? You can only say Lutri. I don't understand how this is even possible. It's quite a joke. It's quite a joke. This should not be happening. If you play a Taxes deck with many cards that target multiple cards, and you play against Lutri, wow. Incredible matchmaking sometimes. But hey, we take it. It's quite funny. Mighty Beagle. Definitely a Mighty Beagle there. It's kind of slow, but... on the draw. Got the lands, they mull. It's nice to draw a card there. Not like it helps a lot, but definitely take the Wrath. Definitely take the Wrather. So I play, shock this in, play Thalia, counter, mana type. Oh wow. They have to counter this, it's just too much. Okay. Well, I have to counter it here. Because I cannot use it effective after this, so quite happy about it. I mean, if they have another board wipe, so be it. They cannot do it yet, though. And with Reidane, the board will go to an endless amount of money. Sure. So this is a spot where stuff is expensive now. That Fairy costs now 8 mana. I just want to mention that shortly. Two mana Thoughtseize. Let's have a read. Time Warp, that's whatever. Counter, that's whatever. I mean, Lutri is also whatever, right? It's probably Time Warp. Gives them a draw. Nah, it has to be Lutri. They cannot Time Warp for like 10 years, and it's definitely will take a while until they Time Warp. Oh no, server guys. Oh no, this is such a cool game. I'm sorry. Okay, I will keep this game. I will keep this game in. And let me know in the comment below if this ever happened to you. We would have won this game for sure. But big yikes. Big yikes. Wow. Well, let's just play another one, right? Let's hope the server are fine now. Yeah. Silver Wind 44. Yep. This is that we draw one land and we have a chance. Thalia would have been beautiful. Like right now, turn 3 is the only thing we do, but at least we have Skyclave, so we have a way to disrupt the board. It's all fine, right? I'm actually scared now because of server. Definitely on the scared side. I'm gonna drop this one. It's always this one because it scares opponent. Red looting. Okay, probably some sort of Arcanist shenanigans. This is a good card. Our deck should shred this one. Like, it makes it so unplayable if they play that list. Like, so unplayable. Like, just think about it. Guys, just think about it. This is the Skyclave moment. And from here on we try our best. They don't have so much spot removal. They have push, but that's about it. We do play Spellbinder before Mage here. I would have played this here first. But yeah, we're gonna go with the Spellbinder here. Just get a feeling. Depends what we see in the graveyard. Okay. 2 mana more. Don't care about push. I mean, this is a 4 mana card as well. So, Is it Fateless looting? If you want to look at my hand, you pay your entire turn. That's the deal here. That's the deal. That's the deal I'm okay with. But that's the only deal. Those 2 cards are just so good against that deck. Okay. If we I mean, Meddling Mage is only against push, but if we see opponent going for the Arcanist, we will drop the Kunoros. 100%. Okay, head of Thoughtseize. That is not the hand you want to see, I tell you that. That is not the hand you want to see. 100% not the hand. It has to be Kunoros, right? It has to. Okay, that's a good draw. That was a really good draw. I mean, I can keep attacking my hand, but they still have to deal with the board. Okay, it's another Arcanist. Definitely go with this one. They can play 1 spell. Which seems correct to me. I mean, if they can only play 1 spell, they can do 1 of those or 1 in their hand. But this locks them in really hard. God, this deck it must be painful to play against this. It must be really painful. Always like, no, I'm out of this. I don't want to play this anymore. I understand. Okay, so against this deck, Magistrate is decent. Magistrate locks in our Paolo as well. Cage. It's okay. We don't need Kudro here. It's definitely the weakest card. Yeah, no, we have to play the cages, but what do we cut here? This is really strong. This is quite okay. I mean, this is okay. It's not the best. We can cut 1. Maybe we play 4. Reidane is definitely the weakest card. Reidane is hands down the weakest card. Thoughtseize against this deck usually I don't like. Okay. This is good against Croxa, but not perfect because they get it back. So the thing is about Thoughtseize is you get Thoughtseize some hands, and then they have the Arcanist, and then they get it back with Claim, and then it doesn't make any difference sometimes. So Thoughtseize is good against Thoughtseize, against like their hand hate, which they have, right? But yeah, for that reason maybe you could play it, but Cage is still nice, and they have to play a Braid here. A Braid is definitely the best card against this deck for them. Drawing a land or not, right? I don't risk it. Okay. Has to be white. Meddling Mage has to say Abrade, I guess. Okay, now Meddling Mage probably doesn't have to say Abrade. Definitely caging here. Having a look with the Freebooter here, I guess, the best way to do it. So we can position our Meddling Mage better. Young Pyromance is definitely on the annoying side. So they can claim and village rights. If they only claim, that's fine. Only claim is whatever. So Meddling Mage is super bad here. I cannot deal with that card, you can have that back. I mean, they just have to use the grasp now, but the problem with Cage sometimes is it's so bad if you have two of them on your hand. Like, that's like always one of my main problems. Like, the best card here is Thalia early on. Obviously we had a mulligan. We forced them to use the grasp. Double claim? Okay, it has to be village rights. Now maybe try to stop them as good as we can. If they find a land, it's gonna be tricky. But right now he's stopping. I wonder if Cage is actually needed. If you have this one. And we are blocking them really good here. We need to find some good sequence of creatures. The card that makes me most happy to see is probably a Skyclave, because I'm scared of Arcanist going off at one point. That's why I'm the most scared. Yeah, this is where it's definitely scary. They don't play it, I have to go for it. I miss the damage, but I rather take them making a mistake here. Just hoping it. So they cannot play that card anymore. As long as we have two cards, they cannot play village rights. So maybe they have land and they play claim and then realize they cannot play it. But they can claim the magistrate and then play it though, so that's kind of awkward. I need to read. Seems like a good play. Okay. I don't care about Lurus, I think. Do I even care about that one? They can never play the cards. They literally can never play something with Arcanist. So Arcanist is pretty much whatever. Okay. Sadly, it is what it is. One claim here. I have to go for claim, I guess. I mean, if they play Lurus, I have to get rid of Lurus. Lurus is the life linker card they have. So that's definitely something I have to consider. Double Cage still in play, so they cannot play their Pyrus. Thoughtseize, painful. Push into Lurus, huh? Top deck, Andrew, coming through. No life gain for you. Top deck, Andrew, coming through, guys. Opponent on 6. Cages do a great job. Now they can claim again, but what should I do? They cannot use the looting ability. Go attack first. Free mana claim is okay. I don't mind if they use Thoughtseize, they lose 2 life. They actually found something here to sacrifice. This is big. If that's a Village Rites, well played. That deserves so nice. This is the only card I didn't want to see, and they found it. Now it's our... I mean, it's top deck against top deck, right? They're still on 6. Okay. We completely locked them out with those cards, but they can still do something. It's just a matter of time here. That's 3 damage. Maybe just play the creature we got. This literally the down 2. And hopefully I can get the Thoughtseize out there at one point. It's a good game. It's a good game. I mean, it's 3 damage, but that's about it. Going on 5 here. Needing anything else than a land. Flyer is good. So I know they play... The thing is, I know they play lots of removal, which makes this quite tricky. I have to double attack, I think. Put in Dangram 2, giving Archon as a finisher here. It's definitely the way to go. If they have another Croxa, I mean, so be it, right? Cannot do anything about it. They cannot escape Croxa though, but they can have one on the hand. They could have the buff, Claim, and what is the other one? Fame. Then I'm forced to block. Oh, I just have nothing and give up. Well, it's a cool game. It's a cool game, guys. Hopefully you enjoy that one. Why don't I get any pipes here? Guys, something is broken here. Something is broken. Server is today. I have like 2 wins and I think it gave me any wins. That is an interesting one. Like $2 I never saw in my life. Let's see profile. Cool. Cool, guys. But hey, let's do another one. Did just play a game and I lost 2 pipes against Cat Owen Mayhem Devil twice in a nut draw situation, which is definitely not the easiest one for this deck. So that was a bit sad. I didn't want to put this in the video, but I lost pipes, while before I didn't win pipes. Definitely not where I want to be. Maybe too slow this hand, but can do something. Cycling, okay. What's the name again? Just do not fail it. Just do not fail it. Zenith Flare. There's not a lot of removal spell usually in the deck. They have like the Cycler where they can fight, which is something they could do. The Fox is hard to beat. The Fox is quite hard to beat here. This doesn't stop the cycling. I still have ways to deal with the Fox though. Okay, so they are on the white strategy right now. Okay. Kinda go with this one. So it stops their Fateless looting, which is something. I could have went with Kudro and have a block, but the sacrifice 2 could be nice against the Fox at one point, and having Kudros gives me lifelink next turn, depending how they play it, so we go with this one. I don't believe they have 4 cycling cards. If they hit 4 cycling cards, then so be it, but I take the trade. 1. Since they only have 2 cards, they just need to hit 1 land, right? And that's it. Okay, 2. Is it a nice situation? They had 2 cards in hand. Cool. Pawn is a good player. Not any of them are good. I have many cards to deal with those, but I just don't find them, which is a bit frustrating. I will just die to the creatures now. Should I have blocked there or not? It's a good question, right? I think I cannot get out of this. That one block was game changing. I needed them to brick. Didn't brick. Cool. Okay, let's look. This is okay. This is okay. This is definitely good. Good, good, good. Okay-ish. Finds me card. Arcanist seems like the weakest card. It's a flyer though. You have to think about that. No, this one. I mean, it makes it way more expensive though. Mana type is interesting. I will not go for it though. I mean, it's a simple strategy. They have creatures. They're pretty strong. At this point, I would like to have a lantern, to be honest. Really wish to see a lantern. Sideboard. Didn't have it. Didn't have it. Okay. Cycling is definitely not too bad, that's for sure. Definitely a strong deck. Yeah, we can keep that one. I don't have an answer for Fox, so I have to actually go black. No answer for Fox on my hand, so I need to get rid of Fox. Fox goes so out of hand. If they have two Fox, it's a bit hard, but this doesn't stop cycling costs. Still one. Definitely not perfect hand. No Fox. Double flare. Double flare's heavy. But I think I get rid of the creature here. So we make Sunny Flare 5 now. And then it will be 7. If they miss the land here, they have to keep cycling. So I think it's definitely correct to take another cycler here. That's also a creature and I can use the fight spell. Top decking a land would be nice. Here we go. Pushing for more damage first. This is still a good card, but they have cast out, right? It costs 5 though, so we can just keep playing. Fatal Looting costs 2, which is nice. Definitely nice. Cannot play it because of Kunoros, so this is not flashbackable right now. Just keep playing our cards. They could play Sweltering Sun, which is the most scary card here. Costs 4. Okay. I need to check the card's name, but I think it's Sweltering Sun. Because this I can still kind of stop here. But I definitely don't want a board wipe coming through. Now Deputy of the Hollow one seems like a good play. Like all my cards stop opponent from doing stuff. Okay. It's fine by me, I think. Sure, we take that. We have to play Reidane here. Now this costs 2 more. So they can still not play it. We're getting to a position where it's tricky, but that was a good draw. Attack first. Okay. Now it costs 3 more in total. So even with a land and Sending Flare, it's not enough. I mean, they have 1 card. And they cannot play that card I'm afraid of, so that's probably it. This is what our deck does. Let's have a look what this is. Exile, Artifact, or Enchantment. Okay. We got that one. I think it's correct with Francis here. We have more looks for our Meddling Mages. Poof. Tricky game. Tricky game. It's all around protecting 1 card. Sweltering Sun is definitely something I was scared of. I think it was still correct to do it there on that one instead of the... I mean, double Sending Flare is probably also scary. And you could definitely Meddling Mage that one away as well. Yeah. I'm gonna keep this hand. We just need to find creatures, but we at least have some stuff to do. Oh, I'm so glad that happened. No Fox was super important. Okay. Gives me more looks, which is fine. Okay, that's not cool. Don't use Foxes here. Going for this one again. If they use it, they use it, but I mean, this one dies as well. So I forced them to cycle it away, and then we can use Foxes for something else. They have 3 cycling cards so far in the graveyard. Now we need to stop drawing lands. That is the most important part. Otherwise, they just probably cannot withstand their game. Now I wish I played Foxes. Let's have a look. That's the only card they have, huh? So they kind of brick there. So we have to make sure the fox is not growing too much. They could brick here. That was a good draw. Spellbinder kind of useless though. Okay, I need to get rid of the fox. I could also get rid of the baffling end, but fox is still too scary. It's a normal mountain, yep. Just looks like a sweltering sun instantly hovering over Silencer. Gives me a draw and life, I take it. But we have pressure on board, so maybe they have to do it. I mean, this is just opening up with a Spellbinder. If they have a cycle card, they have to cycle it, right? Pretty good. Can't do a lot with it. But one flare's out. I mean, we take it. You can cycle your shit out of this. Wow. If they have another Zenith Flare, I'll be super surprised. That would be insane. Not happy about this. So who top decks better, huh? They are definitely ahead because of the cycling ability. But we already get rid of 2 Zenith Flare. That's good. I mean, they can easy rick here. 10. We go for 5 in. I mean, for me, this is a race. I don't think they cycled twice that much. I mean, I have to be careful, right? Because Zenith Flare, but the only way for me to do it is attacking. Okay, now they go off. We just need them to hit land, and not cycling again and again. Come on, one good card here. That's a dangerous one. Okay. We have 2 flyers, which is very nice. We just need them to brick here. Now I also have to be careful with the attacking. 6 damage, we have 10 damage on board, so double attacking I don't think is a way to go. If they just drew another Zenith Flare, they would have 3 Zenith Flare in the top 20 card, which would be highly unlikely, but it's possible. We have to double block. They get a 1/1, but I cannot take 4 here. Have to be safe. Have to be safe, guys. They can still, oh wow, they can still cycle their way out of this. 2 damage. 3 damage. They need exact 3 cycles here. That was a hard game, guys. But yeah, we got there, guys, we got there. Cool game though. Woo. Well, we got pipes. Hey, we got pipes. That's a new one. Yeah, if you like this deck, and I have a lot of fun with it, I'm probably gonna play this on stream. And yeah, let's go to the outro. Okay, everyone, this was really fun to play. I really enjoyed it. I think the best card here in this deck, no doubt, is still Thalia. This card is so strong. But then again, it's just the interaction between all the creature who makes this really fun to play. Every card you play feels like poking opponents, like, hey, what do you do now? What do you do now? It's super cool to play. Maybe there's actually a world where you have to play 4 Drannith Magistrate in main, because turn 2, turn 3 is so powerful. But I'm still not sure. Let me know in the comment below. What do you think about it? Definitely test the deck. Again, shout out to Kyle, sorry. Super cool deck. And yeah, hopefully you like it. Definitely leave a like if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel, support me in my 1 month content creator, full-time content creator journey here. And yeah, see you next time, guys.